Tyson Fury and Eddie Hearn might have a plan B in the works. Possible dropping the belt. Maybe Dillian White picking it up. Let's talk about it. You about to get chin checked.
In favor of the winner, remaining undefeated, proving he is one of the elite champions of the sport.
The fight, it is over. Canelo gets the knockout. Tay Wilder has eradicated Dominic Brazil. He is the...
I've never been optimistic about this fight happening. And even when we said it was going to happen in Saudi Arabia and the deal was done, I still wasn't optimistic about it. And guess what? It never happened. I do think sooner or later it has to happen. Even if we have to go AWOL completely and throw all the belts in the bin for whatever reasons and then just fight each other, I'd do that if that makes sense. But I'm not sure if he would be willing to do that.
Yo, 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 yo. You know what this is, man. It's your favorite channel, man. It's CTB. It's just Chin Check Boxing. I'm your boy Jay Slay. And I'm about to chin check you with this one. But before I chin check you real quick, I'm gonna just remind you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, man. We are steady growing, man. Steady growing. The views are going up. We're getting more active on our Facebook page. Everything's looking beautiful, man. We just need you guys to continue doing what you're doing. If you like what you hear, if you like what we're doing here, just go ahead and subscribe, man. Hit the subscribe button. If you're still unsure you want to subscribe or not, you still want to watch a couple more videos before you do so, man, that's cool, man. Hang around and watch a couple videos and decide for yourself if this is a channel that you want to subscribe to. But in the meantime, if you like the video, hit that comment, hit the like button. If you don't like the video, hit the thumbs down button. That's cool too. You know, go in the comment section, let me know what you disagree with, and I'll try to get back with you in your comment section. I don't mind going back and forth with fans, and I damn sure don't mind going back and forth with trolls. So yeah. But when that being said, man, I'm touching the subject for today, man. As you've seen in the beginning of this video, that is a clip of Tyson Fury. He gave an interview about 2 days ago. He also gave one today, but that clip came from the one 2 days ago, where he kind of said what he's been saying, like to anybody who want to actually listen to him and his dad been saying. He's been telling us this for a while, for at least a year, without telling us. Like, he's still doing a regular rah-rah Tyson Fury thing. He's still saying, you know, I'm gonna smash him to bits and run him over like an 18-wheeler, blah blah blah. You know, same old charismatic, golden tongue Tyson Fury. But he's also saying these types of comments on the sly, man, and I keep picking up on them. I keep hearing them, man. As you heard in the beginning of this one, in this video, the clip that I played, you hear him say that he'll fight Joshua anyway, which is what he's been saying. But then he said that he's willing to drop the belts to make the fight. He's willing to do that and go AWOL, quote unquote. Anybody who don't know what AWOL means, AWOL is a military term. AWOL basically means to be a no-show. You know what I'm saying? No show to your obligation. You don't show up. So he's saying he's willing to not show up to the October 9th fight against Deontay Wilder, drop the WBC belt, if Anthony Joshua was willing to do so for, you know, that big UK showdown between, at that point it'd be make-believe belts, because I guess they'd be trying to fight for a bragging right undisputed, because neither one of them will be, of course, title holders at that point. I think Joshua would lose the one belt, but he have it, so it'd be pretty much just for Joshua belts. It wouldn't be for undisputed no more. It'd just be for the two belts that Joshua would have left that he decided not to drop. My opinion, I don't see Joshua doing that. I damn sure don't see Eddie Hearn recommending that for Joshua. I think Eddie Hearn sees the bigger picture, which is the bigger picture is what I'm about to touch on right now. Eddie Hearn has recently came out and said that if Tyson Fury does, I guess Eddie Hearn heard the same thing that we've been hearing. He said if Tyson Fury doesn't show up, or the fight gets postponed again for something Tyson Fury did, that Tyson Fury should be stripped. And when Tyson Fury been stripped, he felt that Dillian White should be given the belt. I agree with that. I mean, Dillian White has been the silver champion now, I think, for a little while. He's been, well, at least for 2 years, ever since he won his belt. Well, not 2 years. I think he won his belt back again when he avenged his knockout loss to Alexander Povetkin. But he's been, you know, in the midst of these champions for a while without getting a shot. So I wouldn't mind Dillian White being an email champ for a time period. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, Tyson Fury decides to pull out, I actually prefer the fight. I prefer October 9th to get here. I prefer to see both fighters in the ring, and I prefer to see Deontay Wilder show and prove what he's been saying. That is what I prefer. That is what I want to see. I think this is what the fans want to see. No matter how they don't want to admit it, they're saying a lot of people are not interested in this fight. But this is a fight for fans' bragging rights at this point. It's a lot of pride riding on this fight, not just for the fighters, but for the fan bases that's been going back and forth for the last two years or so. So if that does come to fruition, where Dillian White is being awarded the email champ, is being awarded the champion because Tyson Fury would then become champion in recess because he hasn't had a fight in almost 2 years, and he just pulled out of another fight, which will be the third, in my opinion, third or fourth. So yeah, I agree with Eddie Hearn there. I think Dillian White should get the belt then. I do see Tyson doing that. So in Eddie Hearn eyes, shit, that's a win-win. Cause now I got all the belts here. I got AJ with these three, and I got Dillian White with the WBC, the longer-awaited WBC. He been trying to find some way to get that belt without fighting Wilder for a while. So getting Dillian White to get that belt without fighting Wilder, to him probably be a blessing. The only thing I have to say about that really quick is, if that does happen, I hope the WBC will still give Wilder the opportunity to fight for it. I hope they, and man, the WBC been up to some shit lately. We'll do a show. Me and my boy Mom probably do a show about that later on, probably tomorrow. But the WBC has been doing some shit, and I really do hope that they do decide to issue the mandatory for Wilder to fight Dillian White immediately. I don't mean up to a year later. I don't mean put it off as long as you can, because we know how that's going to play. We already know how Eddie Hearn is going to move. Eddie Hearn is going to try to build Dillian White up in America, possibly, or give Dillian White another fight as a champion, and then magically the unification fight is bigger than a mandatory, right? Undisputed is bigger than a mandatory. So we have to have AJ versus Dillian White for undisputed, right? I see that as being a game plan if the WBC do not step in and do not force Dillian White to fight Deontay Wilder immediately. And then if that happens, I know I'm a conspiracy theorist. If that happens, that will only open the door again for Fury AJ undisputed while cutting Wilder out at the same time, because now we all know Dillian White not going to beat AJ, man. So if Dillian White gets the WC belt, the email champ belt, Fury sits down for a little while and do what he does over there in the UK, which he kind of alluded to a little bit. Dillian White, AJ get past Usyk. Him and Dillian White have a fight next March or so. AJ went undisputed. Now Fury's back, man. Miraculously come back. Oh, I'm back from the grave and here to bury AJ and went undisputed. I see all that happening. That is a scenario that I want you guys to know that you heard it here first. It's a scenario that I'm damn sure see can happen. I see it happening. They've been trying to ice Wilder out from getting these belts since he got the WBC belt from Hearn. But yeah, back to the press conferences though. Tyson Fury has a different tune today, which is common for his camp. You know, one minute they say one thing, the next minute they say the other thing. But today he seems somewhat confident that he's going to be in the fight in October. At least he's marketing himself like he is. Of course, he was also sitting beside his promoter and Frank Warren. So yeah, of course he's kind of obligated to say, yeah, October 9th, I'm trying to sell this fight. Blah, blah, blah. The same thing he's been doing for the July fight that was supposed to happen. And we saw what happened with that fight. It didn't happen. So yeah, he sent all the wonderful Tyson Fury, Golden Tongue, Gypsy King, persona shit that he normally says. Normal. But he also throwing some other subliminals in there that, like I said, people who's used to Tyson Fury doing these things are actually here. He's pretty much he laid out a hit list of fighters that he want to fight, and he's making it so a lot of these fights will happen in the next couple months, like literally the next 4 or 5 months. He's saying that he's going to fight Wilder in October, fight Dillian White in November, then turn around and fight Anthony Joshua in March, and then have another rematch with Anthony Joshua later on that year, and then fight Chisora in that same year, and then retire for 2 years and come back and do it again at 37. And I quote, that's what he said his game plan was. But my question is, what makes you, not just the fact that you're overlooking Wilder. That's okay. It's all talking. I'm not really gonna get into that. It's, to me, it's the fact that just 2 days before you was talking about how you was willing to drop the title to make Undisputed, and how AJ said something about smoking you, and you said AJ couldn't smoke a cigarette, none unless you blase blase. So 2 days now, you sitting beside your promoter who's trying to promote a fight. Now you still throwing subliminals out here saying that, yo, I'm overlooking Wilder. I got bigger pitch. I got bigger things now. I'm looking to fight this guy, and I'm trying to get my UK fights back, and now I'm trying to fight this guy in the UK and fight that in the UK. I'm fighting AJ in Saudi Arabia and blase blase, all of that. But you promoting this fight, and it was kind of weird. You could kind of see Frank Warren want to go back to that fight, so you start saying, yeah, go back to this fight. And then Tyson Fury tried to, it's another sidebar, try to spill the narrative that the tickets wasn't selling and that the UK people was the ones buying it. I'm glad Frank Warren said it, so I can stop hearing the trolls on social media say that Wilder fans not turn out for this fight. Frank Warren himself said that the tickets already sold 30,000 seats. 30,000 already. There's people who bought the fight last time that was canceled in July who are still holding their tickets because they wasn't giving refunds for those. They just pretty much, you know what I'm saying, rescheduled almost. So those 30,000 tickets are still sold. The way America works is not the way the UK works. The UK works, the tickets are a little more cheaper. The tickets aren't as expensive as it is here. So what a lot of people do is they either look for ticket scalpers during the fight day, or you have to plan and move shit around to take that amount of time. The UK is a small country. It's not as big as the United States. So people have to get tickets for flights and book rooms and then pay upwards of $6,000 to $8,000. I think the highest ticket was $8,000 for one seat or something. It might have been more than that. I'm not 100% sure. But that's a lot is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot for a American fan to put into a fight that early, like 2 weeks out of a fight. People start buying tickets like a week out. I'm being honest. Whenever I bought a ticket for a fight, I usually bought it about a week out or so. So that's usually the norm. When everything's booked, the Airbnb, all that stuff is booked. So yeah, I think this fight would have did well. Whether the UK fans can fly over or not, I think Frank Warren and them prefer to have UK fans there to, you know, give Fury that boost. But a lot of UK fans, man, I seen more over the months, especially on social media. I seen more over the months are tired of the game with Tyson Fury, and they starting to see through him. He still has those ride or die fans, and of course, you still gonna have the fans that don't like Wilder too much. They are going to, you know, cheer for whoever fights Wilder. It don't matter who it is, and then once Wilder beat him, they'll become a bum. You know how that go. Like, I'm pretty sure if Fury get knocked out, you know what I'm saying, by Wilder, they're going to use the excuse that him being out of the ring 2 years, almost 2 years. Like, Wilder wasn't the last person he fought. It's going to be some kind of excuse. That's what I'm trying to say. So those fans may not want to buy those tickets this time. You know, the Wilder haters might not want to buy that ticket this time. So I'm expecting a packed U.S. house, man, to be honest. And I'm not a fool. A lot of U.S. fans don't like Wilder either. They're just going to cheer for Fury. So it's going to be a mixed crowd. It's going to be, to me, I think, a nice balanced crowd of people there. Like I said, a lot of fans got a lot riding on the line. But yeah, that's my take, man. In brief, and summing up everything I said, pretty much, like I said, don't be surprised either way. Don't be surprised if Tyson Fury show up October 9th and we have a classic fight. All the fans gonna be on the edge of their seats, because like I said, our pride is on the line as well as the fighters. Bragging rights, I'm pretty sure at the end of that fight it's gonna be all kind of hell on social media with all kind of race baiting and all kind of shit from both sides. I'm not saying just white people, black people too gonna be kind of gloating a little bit for all the shit we've been hearing over the last couple months from all the racist white people. But yeah, it's a lot of pride on the line on this fight, man. We're gonna ride with our champ. It seems like they're gonna ride with their champ. So that's what I want to see. I want that. That's the energy that I want. But I won't be surprised at all if Tyson Fury doesn't show up and his game plan all along was to drop the belt, go AWOL, quote unquote, like he said, and hope to get the undisputed fight later on down the line if it plays out that way. With that being said, this is your favorite channel, man. It's CTB. This is Chin Talk Boxing. I'm your boy Jay Slay. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, to our day ones, man, God bless you. Thank you for being with us, riding with us through these, editing issue times or whatever. But we getting better as time go. And to y'all, man, God, peace and love, man. I'm out of here.
So why has he got to fight Wilder? I told him on a phone conversation, chuck the belt in the bin, let him have it, come back and fight AJ on the 14th of August like was planned. But who am I? I'm nobody, unfortunately.